What's going on, boxing fans? It's your boy, Full Kind of Boxing. Boy, what a fight! What a fight! I'm trying to tell you, man. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. Man, Earl Spence Jr. He is not playing, y'all. He ain't playing. The man, he's in top condition. I'm talking about the his work rate. I mean, his power, you know what I'm saying, going to the body, going to Uga's body, this disabilitating shots. Um, man, Uga's early in the fight, once the bout began, it was very chess match type of performance, you know what I'm saying? You know, Ugas was getting in some good looping rights, and he had some success to Earl Smith Jr. body. And you could see Earl Spence Jr. was eager to put on, you know what I'm saying, a good performance. So he came out, overthrowing, putting a lot of mustard into his shots, which he was very inaccurate at the beginning of the fight. So, but once Derek James got Errol Smith Jr. settled down and he stopped finding his rhythm, and that's due to being off for a year or so. You know what I'm saying? Once you're inactive, that's the problem with being inactive. It makes you, you know what I'm saying, it takes a while for your game to come to you, like when you're playing basketball or something you haven't played in a while. You know what I'm saying? You got to play a little bit to get in the rhythm of things. And your jump shot's going to be off, you know what I'm saying? Your layup's going to be a little off, you know what I'm saying? So, you got to get your wind back. You got to get, it takes you a little time to get back into the rhythm of things. And that's what we saw with Earl Smith Jr. We saw it, in some of his previous fights, you know what I'm saying, when he's been off for a while, he's it takes a while to get to get on point. And in this fight, man, once he stopped cooking, it was on a whole nother level, bro. This is the old Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying, the mean Errol Spence. And I think it was in the sixth round when Errol Spence Jr. he lost his mouthpiece, you know what I'm saying. He did it in the Danny Garcia fight too. You know what I'm saying, where he his mouthpiece got knocked out, and he went for his mouthpiece, but we didn't know that the referee, was trying to take a break in the action. He thought the referee said break, and Ugas got a free shot in, and he staggered Errol Smith Jr. I think Teddy Atlas said that he thought that Ugas hurt Errol Smith Jr. before that. But even if he did, you know what I'm saying, that's a testament to Ugas, you know what I'm saying, being a fine, fighter, you know what I'm saying, because, he's going to take every opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to win the fight. We saw Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying, do things like that, you know what I'm saying, like take advantage of, the breaks, and against Ortiz and knocked his ass out. So, you got to protect yourself at all times, basically. So, you know what I'm saying? So, once that happened and, Errol Spence Jr., you know what I'm saying, he was looking shook there for a second. Everybody was worried, you know what I'm saying, because on the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying, you can't tell what's going on. It just looked like Ugas had hit him with a good shot and he was fucked up. But, you know what I'm saying, once you find out what's really what's going on, he thought it was a break in the action, and it wasn't. And Ugas, you know what I'm saying, took advantage of it like he should have. And so I don't fault Udanis Ugas for that. But Errol Spence Jr. made sure he paid for that shit, because he came back with a vengeance. He came back like, nah, nigga, you can't do me like that in Dallas. And he just put so much at the end of that round. Errol Spence Jr. came back. I mean, and he was really putting it on Ugas, with the body blows. The way Errol Spence Jr. throws his body shots, it looks simple and it looked like it's not a lot on it. But then when you see him miss a shot, you see how much mustard he's putting on his shots when he missed. Because have you ever seen when he misses a shot and his body goes behind his shot because he's putting a lot of power and leverage into his shots. And you can only imagine how Ugas was absorbing those shots when he was shelling up. And after the sixth round, Ugas realized he had fucked up because he couldn't just stand there. And so he started trying to move around the ring, do his little step back because it was kind of successful early in the fight. He was stepping back and countering Errol Spence Jr. pretty good, plus his reach. He was getting in some good jabs, earlier. But by the time, we got to the sixth round, Ugas started wearing down because Errol Spence Jr. had got to that body. And then Errol Spence Jr. did something magnificent. He made an adjustment to stay on the inside and give angles on inside the pocket, going from one side to the other. Kind of like something like you see Jerome Boots Ennis does. So he was just giving him these crazy angles, and Ugas, when you shell up, he didn't know where the punches were coming from. And usually when you see people fight Ugas, he can bounce those punches off his glove. But even when Ugas was shelling up in the defensive posture, you could see that he was still getting hurt because Errol Spence Jr., when he put that right shoulder in there and he come off at that angle, he put his head on Ugas' shoulder and he come up with the left hook, with the left uppercut. And then he'll come over with the left hook. Ugas shelled up with his gloves over his eyes. He couldn't see shit. He couldn't see the shots. He couldn't time the shots. He didn't know where it was coming from. So he kept getting hit in the face repeatedly over and over with the uppercut because he couldn't tell when Errol Spence Jr. was going to throw it, even though he was getting hit with the same shot. And, plus Errol Spence Jr. was giving him these angles, these feints, these head feints. Anybody who say Errol Spence Jr. can't move his head and can't do certain things after watching this fight, they just don't like Errol Spence Jr. because he showed you that he can do everything, especially the adjustments on the fly. You could see Errol Spence Jr., was just checking, and placing his punches after he got into his rhythm. He was just checking different things, that would work. And once he found out that Ugas, needed that distance to be effective, he stayed on inside and he would feint. What he would do was, he'll throw, he's laid off the double jab, and he'll feint and get on the inside with head movement, and then he'll duck down and lay in his shoulder and get on the inside and stay right in the pocket, like way deep down inside the pocket. And this adjustment is critical thinking. His boxing IQ, he just showed it, and he stayed inside, and that's where he started going to work. And he would just give Ugas just some hellacious body shots on the inside. And Derek James was telling Earl Spence Jr. to keep chopping on Ugas, to keep chopping him down, keep giving him angles, and that's what he did, So that left uppercut, did so much damage to Ugas' eye, that by the sixth or seventh round, you could just see it puffing up. I mean, it was just puffing up. They had the ref was horrendous in this fight because Errol Spence Jr. probably would have knocked him out probably around the seventh or eighth round if he didn't stop breaking the action. I thought the referee gave Ugas a breath because when they stopped it for like a full 2 or 3 minutes just to check his eye, and he was on his way out. Then Ugas was on his way out. During those times, because Errol Spence Jr. was on a roll, and Ugas was breaking down, stooping. He got broke down so bad he started stooping into. He was stooped over into the uppercuts, right? So he couldn't avoid the shots because his body was broke down. Errol kept just peeling off to the side, and he always give him a quick little, nice little left, right hook to the body. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll sneak in a couple of uppercuts, and then he'll come over with the hook and hit Ugas in the neck. And it was like brutal, bro. At one point in the fight, it was just all Errol Spence Jr. just beating up on Ugas. Ugas looked like he turned old overnight. Don't get me wrong. Ugas is a warrior because even out of all that brutality and all that ass whipping that Errol Spence Jr. was putting on Ugas, Ugas came back, and he came back with some combinations, hitting Errol Spence Jr. to the body. And if you notice, like later on, earlier in the fight when Ugas was pushing off on Errol Spence Jr., he was effectively making space so he can counter. But late in the fight, when he tried to push off on Errol Spence Jr., he couldn't. It was weak. So you could tell that his power, his physicality, his power was waning. In the fight. So he couldn't get it done. He was just getting broke down. By the younger, stronger, more consistent, and better fighter in Errol Spence Jr. So, what this means, Errol Spence Jr. just made a statement, y'all. This is big, bro. This is big. For all his detractors out there, you're going to have to really get creative to come up with some narratives, about this fight, about this performance, because this is one of the best Errol Spence Jr. performances we have ever seen, as him as a champion. He is a 3-belt unified champion, y'all. And he is wearing he's carrying this championship very well, in the way he's striving for greatness. And he was able to take a high caliber counterpuncher in Ugas. Udenis Ugas, you could see from this fight that this guy was prepared. His game plan was just all wrong. But because he sticks to a game plan and he can't adjust, Ugas can't make quick adjustments on the fly. He sticks to his game plan, and that was his downfall. Just being a pure counterpuncher and sticking to a game plan, thinking that Errol Spence Jr. was going to wear out. He was hoping Errol Spence Jr. was going to punch himself out. He's going to lull in between rounds and let Errol Spence Jr. do all the work. But see, that work was breaking his ass down. And, he thought he was going to catch Errol Spence Jr. between punches, but he couldn't punch because Errol Spence Jr., relentless, consistent, work rate. And let me tell you something, man. Crawford is going to have to knock Errol Spence Jr. out because he's not going to win a boxing match with Errol Spence Jr. Not with his consistent work activity. It's going to be difficult for Terrence Crawford, especially with himself getting older. Even though he's an exceptional athlete, and he can stay out the pocket and he can box from the outside, but Terrence Crawford, y'all, is a counterpuncher himself who tries to set traps and he beats you with his timing. You know what I'm saying? And Errol Spence Jr. don't move forward like that. He's a tactically aggressive guy, and he has great defense, which is another thing that was in this fight that was spectacular. Was Errol Spence Jr. defense, bro. His defense was on point, bro. He took out that right hook out the equation. After he got caught with it a couple of times, he took that right hook. He shut it down. So, you know what I'm saying? No matter what nobody say, man, Errol Spence Jr., man, he is a complete fighter. You know what I'm saying? He is going to be hard to beat. Terrence Crawford came out and said that, he's ready to fight. Let's go. No more sides of the streets. No more talk. That's what I'm talking about, bro. We are about to get it. We're about to get one of the best fights, within the last 20 years, man. This is going to be, big. Congratulations, man, to Errol Spence Jr. And, make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.